In this engineering metallurgy, that the unit one would be alloys and phase diagrams. So the first topic of this unit is constitution of alloys. So we have to know about what is meant by alloys and phase diagrams in the unit. So first of all, we have to know the materials. So we already discussed about in the prerequisites about the materials and what is the classifications of materials like metals, ceramics, polymers, composites, and advanced materials. So these are all the classifications of the materials which can be available in engineering materials. So, based on the classifications that the metals are furtherly classified into the elements of steel, cast iron, aluminum, copper, titanium, and most of the other materials. So these are all classified. These are all classified into under the category of metals. Then what is meant by ceramics? Ceramics is nothing but glass, concrete, bricks, aluminium, and zirconia and silicon carbide. So these are all the elements which can be coming under the category of ceramics. So we all know about ceramics is also one of the important element in engineering applications. And the most important parameter is called polymers. Polymers are furtherly classified into plastics, wood, cotton, and glue. So we all know about that how plastics are involving in engineering industries. There are a lot of elements are covered with the help of a material called plastics, which is the most cheapest material, and but it is having some negative also. Like it cannot be degradable to the environment, and it is having some pollution effects also. So these are all the things are available. But even though the plastics is also one of the important element in engineering applications, because we cannot get that much cheaper material in applying the engineering concepts. So polymers are furtherly classified into plastics, wood, cotton, and glue. Cotton is furtherly classified into rayon and nylon, so this can be described in later. And the last classification is called the composites. So composites, what is meant by composites? So composites is nothing but we all know about the alloys, right? That means one or more element are combined together to form a alloy. So alloy is nothing but a composite. So composite is nothing but one or more elements are combined together to frame a material. This is called a composite. Like glass fiber reinforced polymers and carbon fiber reinforced polymers and metal matrix composites. There are a lot of further classifications are also there. We may see this chapter in depth in later. So first topic would be alloys. What is meant by alloy? So alloy we already described in the prerequisite itself. So alloy is a mixture of two or more metals or non-metals, because we know that a material, if it is a single material can be framed, it is not considered in the term of alloy. Single material can be named itself in the material name itself. That means if iron, we are taking the iron is a material to use for any one of the engineering applications means, then we can name it as iron. But we cannot name it like alloy materials, because alloy material is nothing but a mixture of two or more metals together. So two or more metals together to frame a composite to making an alloy. Why we are making alloy? Because a single material cannot contain all the properties of the engineering applications. That means engineering applications which require a lot of properties, like a lot of mechanical properties like strength, tensile strength, impact strength, fatigue strength. So these are all the mechanical properties which has been required in engineering applications while considering the design. But the problem was a single material cannot contain all these properties. So on the time we have to mix two or more metals together to frame a alloy to combine to compensate the requirements of the mechanical properties. So the element which is present in the largest proportion is called base metal. So in these two or more metals, the largest proportion of the element is called base metal. and other materials or other elements are called as alloying elements. So we know that two or more metals, if we are considering two metals, okay, in various propositions like 70% and 30%. So 70% metal is called a base metal and 30% metal is called a alloying element. Then also the presence of alloying elements changes the physical, chemical and mechanical properties. Because why we are going for alloying elements, we have to compensate the physical, chemical and mechanical properties of the base metal to be considering considerably to be extended for the requirements of our design. Okay, so for these purposes we are going for alloying elements.